Hey up everyone, welcome to the Rugby League History channel. Tonight I'll be rating the 2023 home and away jerseys for the 2023 NRL season with a couple of heritage jerseys thrown in as well. Last year I did the rating jerseys video and it did quite well, and there was a good engagement from people that watch my channel and people that don't usually watch my channel. So let's get straight into this 2023 NRL jersey rating video. Starting off with Brisbane's 2023 home kit. This kit is a bit of a strange one for myself. It looks like they run out of ideas about what to do with the home kit this year, and they've gone, I know, let's sew two home kits together and make it one home kit and hope nobody notices. I've read some of the reasoning behind they've done this design this year, and look, their heart's in the right place and they're probably trying to do something new, but for me, I don't really like the 2023 home kit for Brisbane. And as well, it's got the toilet seat sort of colour there, which isn't very popular with a lot of people out there. So the home kit is a bit of a miss for me. As opposed, I really like the away kit. They've used this in the past. I think they wore this design last year as the away kit. I think this kit looks way better than the home one. If I were a Brisbane supporter, I'd probably buy the away kit. It looks way better for myself. I think everything about it just looks better than the home kit. So I'll give the home jersey probably about a 2 or 3 out of 10. And for the away jersey, I'll probably give it about an 8 out of 10. I like the away kit. Next club, Canberra, 2023 home jersey. Back to the classical Canberra that I've known for many, many years. The last 2 years, they went for a strange colour scheme with the home and away shirts. They went for a different kind of a coloured green and a blue, and it looked now like a Canberra kit, the home. And I noticed throughout the 2 years that they stuck to the retro jersey, which is now the home jersey again. And it's a classical Canberra kit. I really love this kit. I know there's been a couple of people that have been complaining about the sponsor. I don't have an issue with the sponsor. Collar looks fine. I like the sleeves, how they got the classical sleeve look for Canberra. For the away kit, I love the away kit as well. And this one really reminds me of some of the away jerseys that Canberra used to wear in the 1990s, where they used to wear like a white number with blue shorts. I really like the way that this jersey looks. And if I were a Canberra supporter, I'd buy the home and away jerseys. So for me, the home jersey for Canberra, I give it about a 9 out of 10. And for the away jersey, I'll give it a 9 out of 10 as well. I love these jerseys. Next up is the Canterbury home and away shirt, starting with the home shirt. For a very long time, Canterbury have always had the similar design and a very similar look that everyone's familiar with. This year, they've broken away from that. They've gone for something that looks different to me. Some people might say it's a Canterbury kit, it looks like a Canterbury kit, but when you actually look at Canterbury jerseys in the past, this one is different to those. And to me, even though it's not a bad looking jersey, it's not ugly by any stretch, to me it just doesn't really look like a Canterbury home jersey. It looks like either an away jersey or a training jersey. And now we go on to the away jersey for Canterbury. It's pretty much the same design, just a palette swap, predominantly blue. For me, once again, it doesn't really look like a Canterbury shirt. Some people might think that I'm a bit crazy for saying that, but when you actually look at previous Canterbury kits, it is different. So it's a bit disappointing for me, the jerseys for home and away for Canterbury. I'd probably give both of them about a 7 out of 10. They're not bad, but it's just something that I don't fancy. On to the Cronulla home and away shirts for 2023. Classical Cronulla, not much change there, except I have noticed that with the Aramex sponsor this year, it does look a little bit bigger. But besides that, it's a tidy kit. It's a traditional Cronulla. They haven't changed their kit for a very long time now, which is something that I've got no issue with. And I really like this one. And as for the away shirt, which will just come up in a moment, with the away shirt, it's pretty much the same as last year. Not much change, just a palette swap. I've got no issue with it at all. I think that a black away jersey doesn't look too bad. And I like the way that the collar looks and the sleeves look and all that. So I've got no issue with the home and away kits. I'd probably give the home a 9 out of 10. I'm very traditional. The away, I'll give it about an 8 out of 10. And just before I move on to the next club, this one was just released the other day. How about this? Cronulla Heritage shirt. This one is absolute class. And this is the shirt based off what the club used to wear back in the foundation years when they first come in between 1967 to about 1970. They used to wear a V. And I love this kit. It's great and it's got nice collar. Looks great. Hopefully they wear it a couple of times this year. I'll give the Heritage kit about a 9.5 out of 10. And now we move on to the newly admitted Dolphins side. For me personally, I can't call them Dolphins. I'm just going to call them Redcliffe. I don't care if I get in trouble or people tell me off. But Redcliffe just sounds better than just Dolphins. But anyway, getting back to the home kit, this one has been dubbed the Vanilla Coke kit. Been lots of jokes made about it. It's very divisive. Some people don't mind it. Some people really like it. Some people hate it. For me personally, I don't really like it. It looks quite ugly. And I've seen some fans walking around wearing it, like on Instagram and that. And it looks worse when you've got like a dad bod or you're not in shape and you're wearing it. It looks worse. On the players, it looks better because it's obviously they're fit and the jersey's a bit tighter. It looks a bit cleaner. With the away kit, it's just a simple palette swap. I'm sure in the future, Redcliffe will come up with better kits. I know with the Heritage one, that one looks better, but hopefully in the future they come up with better kits. But these ones, home and away, I'm not a fan of them personally. It's a no from me. I'll give them probably a 3 out of 10 for both of them. And these are the Gold Coast home and away shirts for 2023. Starting off with the home shirt. They've gone for a different look this year. With this shirt, it starts off predominantly like light blue cyan at the top and it gradually gets a bit darker down towards the bottom of the jersey. They've got the same sponsor as last year, My P Now. They've got like a yellowish line going across the pectoral area. For me, I'm not really a fan of... I've never really been a fan of the Gold Coast kits, to be perfectly honest. I think their best kits are when they wear the Seagulls, and that goes back a long time. But for me, it's just kind of... I mean, it's not awful, but it's just kind of meh. And for the away, it's pretty much the same, except that it's predominantly white, but it's got kind of like a bluish gradient on it. And yeah, for me, it's for the Gold Coast, their jerseys have never really done much for me. And I guess other people out there would love their kits, but for me, I'd probably give them home and away probably about a 5 out of 10. It's just kind of meh, who cares with the Gold Coast. And here are the Manly Warringah home and away shirts for 2023. Same as last year, pretty much. I know that a lot of NRL clubs have a 2-year deal with the jerseys when they release them. The home kit, classical Manly. Love this one. Reminds me a lot of Manly kits in the past, especially the 1980s when they had Warmold as a sponsor and you had Paul Vartan and stuff like that, Cliff Lyons. And for the away shirt, away jersey, pretty much the same. This one is a jersey that really reminds me of Manly when they were in the 1970s. I like how the sponsor looks on the kit. I think that Manly's home and away jerseys are very nice. I really liked them last year. They haven't changed. And I'd probably give both the home and away jerseys for Manly a 9 out of 10. I think that they're really good. And hopefully they keep this design for next year, but they probably won't. And this is the Melbourne home shirt for 2023. Not too much change from, I think, the last 1 or 2 years. With this shirt, you can kind of tell at the top it's predominantly purple, and then towards the bottom it's kind of like a darker purple, or looks kind of a bit navy bluish. They've got the same sponsor that they had last year. It's pretty much a Melbourne kit. There's not really too much to say about it. And on to the away kit for Melbourne for 2023. This one actually really reminds me of a Paris Saint-Germain shirt because it's got like the line that goes down the centre. If it weren't for the sponsor, it'd probably go all the way up. It's also got sort of with the sleeve area, it's got like a big sort of purplish cuff on the sleeve there. But it's an away shirt that I haven't seen Melbourne ever do before. So for the home jersey, I'd probably give it about a 7 out of 10. For the away, I think the away is slightly better. I'd give it a 7.5 out of 10. And yeah, there you go. I said something positive about Melbourne. There's a YouTuber by the name of Beanie Car Sports, who he's called Ouch Too Smart now. And he said that I never see anything positive about Melbourne, which is a lie. But there you go. I said something positive about them now, so take that. And here is the home shirt for Newcastle in 2023. Once again, they persist with the NIB sponsor on the front, which to me it doesn't really look like it belongs on the jersey. For a couple of years now, Newcastle's had this obsession with having a big NIB on the front. It just doesn't work. I wish that they could just go back to the days of when they wore blue and red vertical stripes and they had Stockland as the sponsor, or I think it was one of the airline companies sponsored them. Much better. As for the away, similar. I'd have to agree with ZTank99. When he did his ranking video for the home jerseys, he said that Newcastle, his club, had one of the worst, and I'd have to agree. I feel sorry for Newcastle fans that they have to buy these kits or wear these jerseys, but for me, I'd probably give the home and away jerseys about a 3 out of 10. I think that they're ugly and they don't look good. And here we have the North Queensland home jersey for 2023. They've changed the jersey from the last couple of years back to this design. It's got like a greyish, yellowish and white chevron. Toyota remains as the sponsor. And it's got the traditional sort of navy blue look in the background. I remember a while ago, Sam Revel said, I wish North Queensland could just have one jersey design and stick to it, because they've had so many in the past, and this is yet another one you could say. But I mean, it's not a bad looking home kit. I prefer other designs that North Queensland have done in the past. There was one that they did about 3 years ago, which I really liked, but they changed it. As for the away, it's predominantly exactly the same as the home one that you've seen. But for me, I actually prefer the away to the home one. I think that for me, just I don't know what it is. I just like the away one better, and I think a few North Queensland supporters have said the same. But for the home, I'll give it about a 7 out of 10, and for the away, I'll give it an 8 out of 10 this year for North Queensland. And now we have the Parramatta home and away jerseys for 2023. No changes for Parramatta as far as the home jersey goes for 2023. It's on the 2-year cycle. The only difference for this one is the giant gold collar, or yellowish collar, whatever you want to call it. Some people have said that it looks a bit like the Brisbane one, looks like a bit of a toilet seat. I think that's probably the only thing that's really bad about this shirt. Other than that, I like it. And as for the away one, this one's caused a bit of controversy, because in the past, we've usually had like a white alternate third jersey. But for this year, the club's decided to make the white one the away one, and the gold and bluish one as the third or alternate jersey, which has caused a bit of controversy. But I think if you're a Parramatta supporter, I reckon the club might change it. They might bring the white one back to the third alternate and the gold bluish one back to the away. I remember, I think it was 2 years ago, the club released a away jersey that weren't very popular. Some people said it looked like a Central Coast Mariners jersey, and we only wore that jersey once, because the club does read the comments and they do read what fans have to say. For me, look, it's not the worst away alternate jersey in the world, but obviously Parramatta historically don't wear white. We wear blue and gold, so it's not bad, but it's not good either. So for the home jersey, I'd probably give it a 9 out of 10. I like the home jersey, got no issues with it whatsoever. Like, for the away, I'd probably give it about a 7.5 out of 10. It's going to be a collector's item somewhere down the line. Now going on to the Penrith home and away jerseys for 2023. No changes. They've kept the same design for a few years now and the same look. I really like the home jersey. I've always liked this colour scheme for Penrith, the licorice all sorts colour scheme. And as for the away jersey, it's this year they decided to go with the Pink Panther look, and it's one that it's pretty unique in rugby league circles. There's not too many clubs out there that wear pink, so I think In terms of an away jersey, I think it's all right. I wish they would have kept the Licorice All Sorts heritage design, but this year they decided to bring out the 2003 retro heritage jersey, which I think is a really nice touch. It's going to be 20 years since the club won the Premiership against the Sydney Roosters there. This one's very similar to the home one, except that in this time period, Penrith used to wear this kind of teal colour with white and red with the stripes. So I think I'd give all kits probably about a 9 out of 10. I think that Penrith have done a really good job this year with the jerseys. Now for the home and away jerseys for St George in 2023. Well, I mean, St George have worn the same home jersey since the late 1940s, the classic red V. That's never going to change with the club, and it's one of the most iconic jerseys in Rugby League, and it's one of my favourite jerseys in Rugby League. Hopefully they never change it. It is part of the constitution that they never change the jersey, so hopefully they keep it. For the away one though, I think this is a big improvement on some of the away ones that they've done in the past. This one is meant to sort of acknowledge the Illawarra side of the joint venture. I think this one looks a lot better than the one that they did last year. I think last year had all the weird zigzags on it. I think this one is a much cleaner away jersey. So for the home, I mean, I'd probably give it like a 9 or a 10 out of 10 for the home. I love the home. For the away, I'll probably give the away about an 8 out of 10. I really like the away this year. And now the South Sydney home and away jerseys. South Sydney have pretty much had the same home jersey since 1908, except for a brief period where they went for the minty look in the 1980s there briefly. I love the South Sydney home and away shirts. Classic, iconic jerseys. The only thing that I have a problem with is I don't like this MG Motor sponsor. But besides that, I give both home and away jerseys like a 9 out of 10. I love them. And now on to the Sydney Roosters home and away jerseys for 2023. Pretty much exactly the same. Sydney Roosters have had the same home jersey since the 1950s. They never change. And as for the away, I think it's been about 20 or 30 years that they've worn like a white away shirt with the V. So, I mean, I love these kits as well. I'd probably give them like a 9 out of 10. They're classic and it's never going to change with them. And now we move on to the New Zealand Warriors home and away jerseys for 2023, and these ones have been a big talking point across the Rugby League community. Now, in terms of how the jersey actually looks besides the sponsor, I love the fact that they're going back to the Auckland colour scheme. I love the Auckland colour scheme. This is a case of where the sponsor ruins the jersey, because besides that, it's a clean kit, but just the sponsor in the middle, that 1.NZ sponsor, it looks like someone's jumped inside a tank and they fired a missile and it's gone straight through the jersey. Or it looks like, as some people have said, a portal to another dimension or an Iron Man rip-off. But for me, it's just really unfortunate, because besides that, the jerseys are great. It's just the sponsor that really kills them, and they've changed from Vodafone to 1.NZ for this year. Hopefully next year they'll fix the sponsor issue and they'll have a better kit that fans will enjoy. But for me, I have to give the home and away jerseys this year about a 2 or 3 out of 10. They're awful with that sponsor. And now finally, the West Tigers home and away jerseys for 2023. I've noticed that over the years since Western Suburbs have had more power when it comes to the back room and how the clubs run behind the scenes, that the home jerseys become predominantly more black and white with less orange. And as you can see with this one, the home jersey for this year is predominantly black with a white V and a bit of orange on it. And the away jersey is predominantly orange with a black V. If you've noticed as well, the Magpie's been getting bigger on the shoulder ever since Western Suburbs have got more power. The only problem with the West Tigers kits that I have is the Bryden's Lawyers sponsor. It doesn't really fit well on the kit. But besides that, I don't mind the West Tigers home and away jerseys. There's not much of a change from last year. I'll probably give both of them about a 7 out of 10. They're okay, but the sponsor just ruins it for me. So that's my video for the 2023 NRL jerseys. I rated all of them. There's quite a bit to rate, but I got through it in the end. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, let me know in the comment section below, and let me know which jerseys you really like and which jerseys you loathe, because we're all different. Everyone's got an opinion, and people are going to love and hate jerseys, and that's fine with me. Now, they say that nobody cares about history, nobody cares about the old days, nobody cares about the players that built the game, and the modern NRL viewer doesn't care about what happened in the past. But the people that follow this channel and support it, you prove those people wrong, and thank you for supporting this YouTube channel. So this has been Rugby League History, and I'll catch us all later in the next video, which should be the View from the North podcast with Just Rugby League. Anyways, everyone, catch us all later. Tatty bye for now.